So in today's tutorial, we're going to be giving you guys all the tips and tricks to go and complete the brand new French League upgrade SBC. But before we do start this, if you guys are interested, I do offer a daily subscriber trading guide over on Twitch, which you can get for free with Amazon Prime. All you got to do is go and scroll down to the top link in the description, click over there, and again, you can subscribe for free with Amazon Prime. If not, it's £5, €5, or $6. With that, you will go and get yourself daily updated investment guides, daily updated silver trading guides, daily updated shadow trading guides for basically all your trading and investing needs. So we are going to be talking about the cheapest way or the best tips and tricks to go and complete this League SBC. Now the first thing that I would go and say is if you literally just go and wait on the, if you go and wait a few days, this SBC will be significantly cheaper. This was a little bit like recently when I recommended you guys to go and wait a few days after the Centurion upgrade SBC came out, because hopefully this will give a bit of an example. I don't know if this will give a slight example where basically non-rares were quite expensive over the week. Then what happened is we got to Thursday, Friday, and these players then became nice and cheap. So basically, if you go and wait yourself till after Friday 6 PM, because of all the packs that are going to be open on Friday, this SBC will be significantly cheaper. So Friday evening, Saturday morning, it will be a lot cheaper. But obviously you're probably watching this video because you want to complete it fast now. So let's go and talk away about the best ways to go and complete these SBCs. The first SBC that is quite awkward to go and complete is the Ligue Women's. Every card in this SBC is semi-expensive, at least at the moment. So let me walk you guys through the cheapest ways of completing it. So how are we going to find which are the most expensive positions to fill and which are the cheapest positions to fill? Well, there is a little filter I recommend using over on Futbin. And what you're going to do is you're going to head over to Futbin. You're then going to go Leagues. You're then going to go and select the Women's League. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go Positions. I now want you to go and click on Main, and you want to go Centre Back, Cam, Centre Mid, CDM. Now the reasons I recommend you picking these positions is because these positions are the really cheap positions in the SBC. Like I said, we're going to ignore buying the centre backs, we're going to ignore buying the centre mids until we've bought everything else. And that's because those positions are so cheap. But if I go and put in a filter right here, it's now going to show me all the players that have a default centre mid, CDM, Cam, centre back. But if I go and click on price, now what it's going to do is it's going to sort via the cheapest. But we don't really care about the players who can play centre mid and centre back. We care about the players who can play left mid, right mid, striker, left back, right back. Again, you may wonder, why do I care about this? Well, let me show you right now. So for example, Sonia Ochini, she can go and play as a cam or a left mid. So if I went and bought her, I could go and buy her for 1k. But if I head to the transfer market and I go and look how much a Ligue 1 woman left mid is, a Ligue 1 woman left mid is currently going for around about 2k. So you can see that I can get a cam who can play in left mid. I can go and get myself a cam who can play in left mid. If I can find her again. There you go. A cam who can go and play in left mid for 1k, or I go and buy the card for 2k. So what I'd do is I'd go and buy her, and I'd go and put her as my left mid. I then scroll along and try and find someone else in a different position. We then have Leah Kalefi. And again, I can show you that strikers in the Ligue 1 are currently going for around about 2.3k. But if I go and use, or if I go and buy her, I've literally just bought her a second ago. If I head into my club, I went and bought her a second ago as a cam. We'll get there eventually. Striker, French, perfect. There we go. We went and picked her up a second ago for a k. So people are buying strikers for 1.2k, but we've gone and bought a cam who can fit in striker for what have we bought her for 1k. So you can see we're saving 1.2k there by using players who aren't in the default positions. And what you need to do is you need to go and buy yourself, again, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you need to buy 5 of the 7 players that are in a position other than centre mid and centre back. And then what you can do is you can go and throw kind of fodder players there. Now the one other thing you guys have to be aware of in this is that you can only use a maximum from 2 clubs. And this is one of the reasons that we save the centre-backs and the CDMs till last. Because let's say, for example, I went and picked myself up all these players right here, and then I went to go and build the SBC. So let's say I went and put a centre mid there. Let's say goalkeepers were so expensive, so I put one there. And we got to this position right here, and we're like, oh, I can only use a maximum from 2 from each club. If I save the centre-backs and the centre mids, it is a lot cheaper to go and find a centre-back and a centre-mid in the Ligue 1 from a different club than it is a left mid or a striker. There are only so many players who can play striker, left mid, right mid, but there is a plethora of cards that can go and play centre mid and CDM. So again, you want to basically start off by buying 5 out of the 7 of basically the outside players. So goalkeeper, left back, left mid, striker, right mid, right back. And then what you want to go and do is you then want to go and fill in the 2 centre mids, centre backs, and then the 2 alt positions with just the cheapest Ligue 1 woman, without making sure that you go and making sure that you don't go and use more than 2 clubs. And that is the Ligue 1 woman done. Now we're going to go and show you guys how you can go and do the Ligue 1 and Ligue 2 men. Now, again, it requires a 74 rated team, but to actually go and buy 74 rated is very, very expensive. So I found the best way to go and do this is go and get bronzes for the Ligue 2 and golds from the Ligue 1. Bronzes from the Ligue 1 are expensive because people are using them for their teams or for the upgrades. As you can see right there, bronzes from the Ligue 1 are literally coming in about 600-700 coins. But if we go and look at bronzes from the Ligue 2, bronzes from the Ligue 2 should be coming in at about 250 to 200 coins. Everything I bought in that squad was 200 coins, as I can show you right here. There we go. So, yeah, the idea with this one is you basically just go and buy the Ligue 2 goalkeeper, because you get a Ligue 2 goalkeeper for 400 coins. You then go and pick up 4 bronzes from the Ligue 2. You've got to make sure you don't get more than 2 from one club, but it'll be quite difficult to do that. And then you want to go and pick yourself up some of the goal players from the Ligue 1. And again, I would make sure you go and pick 2 players from one club, just like how we've got the link here with Ndombele and Mayoko. And it works really nicely because the League, what's it called? The Ligue 1 players go and get themselves the Ligue 1 chemistry because you've got 6 players in there, and because you've got 5 players in there, they go and get the League bonus, and that's the same with the Ligue 2. Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there, they go and get that 2 League bonus. You can actually see right here, I've just used a bronze who's not in any chemistry whatsoever. So the cheapest way of doing the second one is using 5 players from the Ligue 1, 5 bronzes from the Ligue 2. 4 bronzes from the Ligue 2 and one goalkeeper. 5 bronzes from Ligue 2 and a goalkeeper. And there's that one. So those are the 2 most awkward, or those are the 2 ones that are a little bit different to the rest. The rest of them are very, very simple. The rest of them basically require you to go and use 1 player from each club and then a team. Now the best way to go and do this is to basically go and pick up the highest rated from the team, which is about discard from either teams. So for example, in this team we need to go and use PSG. But there's no point me going and using a 76 rated player from PSG if I can go and get a 81 rated player for the exact same price. So what I've done right here, I've gone and picked myself up a Skriniar. I've picked him up for 800 coins because he's the highest rated player that I can get for basically discard. Obviously, when it comes to cards like AJ Auxiliary, you don't really have the benefit of that. You kind of just have to go and buy what you can. But because the rest of the squad doesn't actually require me to use Ligue 1 players, and because it only requires 26 chemistry, I can basically say, do you know what? I'm not going to have to use any more Ligue 1 because I can just build a team around them. And you can see right here, we've actually managed to build a full non-rare team with the vast majority of these players coming in very cheap. For example, she was 400 coins, she was 550, he was 650, he was 350, 400, he was 650, he was 400, he was 400, he was 400. So you can see, rather than buying, gold rares or anything like that, I've basically just picked really high-rated non-rares. Now, there's a few nations you can use with high-rated non-rares. The nations that I've got for you are England. England have got a lot of high-rated non-rares. My recommendation here is don't use anything lower than a 79 rated, and then you're going to have to go and out your way and buy a few 80 to 82 rateds to go and get the slightly high-rated stuff. So you've got England right there as the first one. The second nation you can go and use is Germany. You can see plenty of high-rated non-rare Germans right there. And the last nation, like you've seen I've used right there, is Spain. And again, you want to go and use yourself some high-rated non-rares. And again, I kind of did just go through them position by position. So to try and get myself a high-rated left back, all I did is I went to Spain, left back, gold non-rare. There we go, 400. Searched it in, and then just scrolled down until I got someone who was 79 rated. Again, you can see right there. There you go, an 80 rated. Literally gone and picked them up for discard. The sentiments were a little bit more awkward to go and buy, but still wasn't too bad. And again, you can just go and search for them one by one, just by going on Footbin. This is just a filter of minimum rating 79, maximum rating 82, the nation, and then gold non-rare is in that. And that's that. Now, the last little tip I do have for you guys before you go and build these cards or build these SBCs is you can actually use the women's leagues. So for example, if I go and head over here in this team, they wanted me to go and use a Harvard SBC player. Now if I go to the men's team, Harvard AC is 5k. But if I go to the Women's League, and they also have a Harvard AC, we can see that the Harvard AC players from the Women's League are way cheaper. And remember, I'm not personally using these players. I'm not using these players to get any chemistry, so it doesn't matter that they're not in the Men's League. You can see that I've put them in here, and if I go and move the gameplay, you can see it's connected the player. So I've got the player for about half the price, just because I'm using one of the players in the Women's League than I'm using in the Men's League. Just understand, not every single men's team has a women's team in the league. So, for example, Angers is a team that's 5k in the men's league. There is no Angers in the women's league. Likewise, there are clubs in the women's league that don't have a men's league team because they're different leagues. And that's about that. Again, if you wait a little bit longer, these will be cheaper to do, but nonetheless, those are the tips and tricks I do have for you guys. Hopefully the tutorial has helped. Thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you guys tomorrow with a brand new tutorial.